the Super Mario Galaxy movie. Now, 3 years later, this is actually an entertaining one, like I said. And honestly, everyone played their best. In my opinion, both of them are equals. Both of them strange, but nonetheless a treasure we will all care about. And if there are mistakes, no doubt there will be improvements. Let's go and see where the galaxy has to offer. Now, 3, 2, let's see go. This is interesting. Very interesting. Ah, hello, my friends. Now, for the next one, the Super Mario Galaxy movie that came out just this year and relatively fresh if you get the draft. An animation adventure comedy film based off of the Mario video game franchise, directed by the same people as I mentioned, written by the same writer, and is a sequel to the one that came out 3 years ago. Super Mario Bros. Movies, with all the glorious people repeating their roles, but sadly, no sign of staff. So sorry. But with a few interesting cast members to boot to join the party. It says here in this film, Mario and Luigi and their friends adventure into outer space where they meet Princess Rosalia and face off against Bowser and his son, Bowser Jr. Yeah, I remember Bowser Jr. Really dangerous individual. Like his father, he certainly had a way of being crafty as he is dangerous. But one thing's for certain, I can tell you this. He definitely knowed how to be a team player, and he certainly was father like son, but a little smarter, tougher. But he still needs to grow up, you know. Let's see, it says here the president stated in May 2021 that Nicktoons was interested in producing more animation films based on its work if the damn untitled Super Mario movie was successful, which it was in a way. And this year would ask for the possibility for a sequel before the release of the movie that came out. And following the box office success, that new Mario movie was announced to be in development at Illuminations in March, about 2 years ago, with the guys returning to be the directors and the writers. And it takes inspiration from the Mario video games such as Super Mario Galaxy, Super Mario Galaxy 2, and among other incredible worlds such as Star Fox series and influencing elements from other past Mario games. It says here premiered at, I can't explain what it is, but it premiered on this year on 28th of this year of March and was theater released right on April the 1st by Universal Pictures. Ooh, now this is interesting. Despite receiving unfavorable reviews, it became a commercial success like its predecessor, grossing over $629 $9 million worldwide against a 110 million budget, becoming the second highest growing film of this year and the highest growing animation film of the year, also setting other box office records. God almighty. This might actually be a little more shorter than the last one. Well, I did mention before, the presidents and that said they would be interested in producing more animation products if this work was a success. And there was a pro-credit scene, spoiler alert, at producing a potential sequel featuring Mario's dinosaur steed, Yoshi, and Jack Black expressing interest in Pedro Pascal being cast to voice Mario's self-declared arch-rival Wario in the sequel. Man, that was weird. In April of 2023, following the box office success, it says here this company stated that there would be more films based on their works. They did not confirm a Super Mario sequel. But it says here our dear friend Chris said a sequel would be announced soon, but with the caveat of with the Writers' Strike Guild of America happening 3 years ago, would have an effect on the production. But then in December of 3 years ago, Jack Black expressed an interest in the sequel being a musical titled Bowser's Revenge. That might be a possibility, but not sure how many ones would have a musical, but I would have gone for that one. And it looks like in March of 2022, during the Mario Day presentation, the creators and such confirmed the development of a new film with our main people coming back into the helm. And, and it says here, Mr. Michael Key said that, and I quote, in October 2024, said the sequel would border in scopes and feature new folks and old favorites and some folks they think are very deep cut. And honestly, this cast crew is very unique. It's great to see an old friends again. And here we go. Chris Pratt doing Super Mario again, an Italian-American plumber originally from Brooklyn, now residing in the Mushroom Kingdom, helping out Peach in her kingdom, doing whatever they can. Anya Taylor-Joy as Princess Peach, the ruler of the Mushroom Kingdom, and no spoilers. But she's still as strong and as skilled as she is. And there was definitely a few teasing parts in regards to her character, Mario. My God, reminds me of someone else I knew. Charlie Day, good on that man, as Luigi, Mario's 10-minute younger twin brother. Okay, he still might need a few more works, but the man definitely has some loyalty and strength in him. My God, he's so glorious. Jack Black coming back as Bowser, the king of the Koopas. Good on that Jack. Love that man. Good son of a bitch he is. Graham Michael Key as Toad, our dear friend from the Mushroom Kingdom, and hello. I'm not sure how you explain this word, but those like got a bit of a promotion. Benny Safdie? I don't know if I can pronounce his name properly, but I have seen him. He was in Altenheimer, and he looks like he did some work with directing in the past, and Happy Gilmore, the second one, but ah, now you are. He was also in Star Wars Kenobi, so it looks like it's funny. When things are terrible, you move up in the world, and he certainly moved up as Bowser Jr., Bowser's son and the Prince of the Koopas. And even though he lacks his father's power and strength, he definitely has a unique power from what I saw, and he's extremely smart, if not a little ambitious and on the nuts. So, Donald Groover, I think his name was, as Yoshi, a friendly green dinosaur that Mario and Luigi befriended after going into some sort of a desert dimension, similar to a Mad Maxi vibe. But that would be something of an IQ improvement, right? Either way, I'm not sure how Yoshi ended up in there, but long story short, I saw him ended up in the real world before he ended up through the pipe. Ugh. he was make he went through a rough patch. Hello. Gene Porwell as Fox McCloud, a Red Fox mercenary and a space pirate and the protagonist of the Star Fox series. I haven't watched that actually, so maybe I should watch that. Ooh, now this one's going to be something I'm going to get hard. Could be knocked in the head. Brie Larson as Princess Rosalia, a princess from outer space and the adopted mother of the Lupas. Those little star creatures. Not sure what their abilities are like, but they certainly have ways to making ways. Let me see, actually, I can't explain that properly. This will help. Lumas. A friendly star-like creature, they first appear in Super Mario Galaxy, where they had the ability to transform into various game objects, explorable planet tubes, and entire levels. It says here they came in various colors and such. And they certainly had a charming, friendly personality, although one of them, I believe I just found out, poor guy got messed in the head from prison. Ooh. And he came back in a different way. But unfortunately, he's their problem now. I can see what my friend meant with regards to that guy. But anyway, Brie Larson's in it. I remember her from Kong Skull Island and Captain Marvel. And she's not exactly very popular because of her attitude. But that's only because of how the fans have been annoyed and taking things way too personally. If she does anything like a certain actor like Kevin Spencer, or like Amber Lee, I believe her name was, then I'll throw her out like someone else. Just like I'll do with the other guy. But unless she did very well in that character, but spoiler alert, her appearances weren't up to snuff. No matter. If there's a third one, which I hope there is, she might redeem herself yet. Louis Grossman. I remember that guy. Played multiple characters before. I definitely remember him in regards to a movie of Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he was definitely in Turbo last I checked. And his name was Ward, a Toad crime boss and owner of the Gateway Galaxy Casino. Ugh, definitely a very good place. And fun fact, Pauline's song was in the casino. I knew I recognized it somewhere. Now, who are you actually? Huh. Not sure who I've seen you. Whoa. Issa Rae as the Honey Queen, a large autonomous queen bee who rules over the Honey Hive Galaxy. Oof. And I double checked her. She was in the Spider-Man movies, particularly Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, which came out 3 years ago. Same like the other one. Well, what can I say about this one? Entertaining again. Acting spot on. Music strong. Story balanced. But there was still something missing. But a step up a little bit. So, even though, in my opinion, I think maybe a 7.5 should be necessary, 8.8, 8 out of 10 would be nice. Because it's a step up. And who knows, maybe it might move itself up in the world, so. Well, forgive me if it's not my best review videos from this one and the other one, but it's late, and a lot of people can be tired, including myself. But honestly, I enjoyed each of those movies, and I hope you all enjoyed them from the past to now. I would wish you all the best, and have a good night. I hope you enjoy the future movies to come. I have spoken.